Hello and welcome back to Kelly60 Plays. More Bakugan Battle Brawlers for the Nintendo Wii. This time we are heading into still partially in this game's tutorial where we have to head into the Bakugan store to try and hunt down some Bakugan. This game is very static in terms of story and cutscenes and whatnot, so do note that there's some CG like we saw with the right before the Shuji fight, and we'll see a lot more of those types of cutscenes closer to when I do some of the tournaments. But for the most part, most storytelling will be done through this type, as well as things like tutorials and whatnot. But anyways, this is Alice, one of the 6 Bakugan Battle Brawlers. She doesn't really use any Bakugan, but she is good at knowing, type matchups and whatnot. She knows her way around a brawl. She doesn't actually brawl. Typically, in the show, she would be with another character, hanging out, doing some things. But here we have a cutscene and a loading screen. Come on, Wii U. You can do better. Everybody says you're trash. You're not fully. You aren't fully trash. In fact, an original Wii model is more effective than you are. Oh. Here's Earth. I'll try not to always talk over some cutscenes, but I'm pretty sure technically your character slightly shares the same voice actor as Dan. I'm not sure. Then, just to bring this up, this game is definitely not canon to much of the to basic story stuff, or at least the show stuff. Some things are still similar, but some things are strictly for this game. So, to start off the game, we are actually going back to the store, because you may notice there was, on the main menu, you notice there are exclamation boxes telling you where you need to go next. Or there is an important event here. The store also will have something similar to that, mainly showing when new Bakugan and new cards show up. However, there is also a strict specialty to these. Some attributes, apparently Darkus is not one of them, have extras. Because, if I mentioned, this game is, I am playing a Toys R Us variant copy, and so I get both the Ravenoid Bakugan as well as the Mannion Bakugan of certain attributes, just not Darkus. And they are given away in the store for free. So that is one free Bakugan of the, I believe it's of 4 of the attributes. If I remember correctly, I think Aquas doesn't get it. Darkus and Aquas don't get them. Pyrus, Ventus, Pyrus and Subterra only get 1. Pyrus getting Ravenoid, Subterra getting Mannion, despite the show having a Pyrus Mannion on one of the characters. And Chaos and Ventus both get both. I don't need. Well, I think most of the stock cards are useful for any attribute. Switch out my Bakugan here. I can also some small tutorials. I'm gonna be messing with the deck. This is why I'm here, just to show this off. Edit the deck. You can also increase Bakugan power stats, but I will not be doing that because I do not have any. I tend to run a essentially a Pyrus Darkest deck in my previous one, except essentially swapped the two out. So I had Pyrus Leonidas and another Pyrus Bakugan with a Darkest one eventually. But this will eventually net me one of the better cards in the game, so I'm early on for my deck stuff, so I will be doing it this way. Yeah, this is Pirate. So yeah, here we go. We have all the cards I want here. This is not a good card for any of the current Bakugan I have. The next best is Aquas. And the best is Chaos. I have mediocre. Okay, that's fine. Well, now, in the park, we do have a little small story beat for some things. We need to beat a certain... We have to beat the little kid of Shuji's younger brother. And this is also how you get things like battle points without really going through the tourneys. And without doing kind of tutorials. Now, later, certain characters will also net you certain Bakugan for beating them to buy in the store. Them here once you in the you can buy them in the store once you beat them here. And those are typically the special named ones from the show. I'll run Raven Noid on this card. Because it's a higher level Bakugan. Ow. You don't want to... You have to try and make sure the other guy can't really get the hitbox for your Bakugan or the power strike will occur. Oh, he's using that Subterra Bakugan. That's actually a really good one for the most part. I'd rather not. Darkest does get a good bonus on this card though, so... Some of these guys just tend to throw. Serpenoid. Note, your clip will also not reset until you've used every Bakugan and landed them on a card. So even if you win a battle, you cannot regain that Bakugan until you clear the clip. I should mention that. The game never tells you that. He's gonna try and waste them all. This is Shake Battle, level 1 Shake Battle, so I'm not too worried. Despite this card actually being like a very late game card. It might be early game in the store. But I specifically chose this element to make some of the later game both harder and easier. Yes, you won. Shut it. And yes, the stats underneath the Bakugan do actively play a role in the game, trust me. But you can, in the store, it is possible once you have Bakugan points to increase both power levels, G power levels, as well as other things such as yeah, what in the world was that? Okay. You wanted to do that. Okay. I'll show you the easier method of getting rid of a Bakugan. Out of bounds. I'd rather actually win a fight. Oh, God. Centiploid. 240, hot, super high defense. Okay, hang on. I guess I will. The reason why I'm trying not to use certain Bakugan elsewhere is mainly due to the fact that you get more points for every battle you do. Essentially, you get Bakugan points for each power level you beat Bakugan with. Well, Subterra is the least performing attribute on this card, so. And we also finally get to actually show off the silver card, which is, as I mentioned last part, is a rhythm game. Yes, it's weird. The game is completely weird. And yes, I feel that the game goes a little too hard on a certain thing. And you do get more G power for every successful combo. Surprisingly, I got the Bakugan back prior to actually needing it. Okay. Centiploid, you are actually one of the easier Bakugan to hit because of your large, super large body. And there we go. I should be able to clear this out just fine with just Ravenoid, thankfully. One of the one of the first Bakugan you actually see, both Bakugan are some of the first you actually see in the show. Centiploid being one of the more recognizable ones. No, I'm just gonna screw him over. I win. It's a timing battle. I automatically win. I mean, this game is really fun. It's it's a little it's fun but a little boring because it's a little repetitive. Or Actually, it's very repetitive, at least early in the early game, or if you're not doing multiplayer, because this is actually a very well put together game, despite some of the issues you might have with the Wii's motion sensor. And that is one more game, and I got a good chunk of battle points, because the reward for winning is 500 points. For every gate card you earn, you get another 300. Then, for every G-Power, you get points for each G-Power bonus. For each Bakugan, you also get of each Bakugan. So, Serpenoid only had 150 Gs, you get that many points. You get each battlefield, I think, has a higher ranking once you get unlocked later ones, and some stages later will have destructible objects, and each object destroyed is also an extra point. Thought I'd lose, and I was right. I didn't even use what's supposed to be the coup de grace Bakugan in this game, which is Leonidas. But that does let me do one other thing, which is power up Bakugan. Or buy a better Bakugan for my out of the choices that are typically given. Robo Italian's typically the better one. Decisions. Because this is a decent early game Bakugan, but so is the Falconeer, that's like 5,000 more. Or 6,000 more, sorry. Which one is it? That's Centiploid. Gargoyle. Raper. God! I had to wait that long? Well, we'll see what happens. But that's gonna be it for this part. Next time we meet, I will be heading into the tournament to play some Bakugan against some NPCs. Actually, the NPCs in this game, for the most part, tend to actually be very good, which is more than I can say for some games. But, for the most part, the next part may be as basic as what we are watching now with this one. Because, let's be honest, the first stage, you don't unlock every new stages until you do another, until every subsequent tourney. The first tourney is a beginner's tourney. So you're playing on the basic stage. So it's boring. But, off screen, unlike some other games, I will be farming points to do things like upgrades and stuff in the shop. So, I will see you all next time for more Bakugan Battle Brawlers. This is Kelly60 signing off. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.